Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of my hardcore Let's Play series. Last episode, we left off at a recap, talking about how I got this far in the first episode, so definitely check that one out. This is the first episode where I'm actually going to be doing progress. We have lots and lots to do this episode, and we're kicking it off by collecting some oak wood, because I have an upcoming project in my industrial district that requires lots and lots of wood. Now, I need around 4 shulker boxes minimum to start work on this project, and that's a lot of logs, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna empty out 4 shulker boxes, and we're gonna try to see how long it takes to fill up each one. There we go. And let's just head over to a place that has an oak forest that doesn't ruin the scenery of the place I'm currently in. Right here seems to be mostly birch, so let's try to find another one. Ooh, an ocean monument. Finally land. And it's acacia. I'm getting everything but oak. There we are. That's a lot more like it. Now, I'm just curious. I'm gonna put down a 5-minute timer, and then I'm gonna see how much oak I'm able to collect in 5 minutes, just so we get an estimate on how long this will take to get all 4 shulker boxes. So, here we go. And the 5-minute timer is over. We got ourselves 5.5 stacks in 5 minutes, so it will take approximately 1 hour, 40 minutes of just efficient wood collecting, so roughly 2 hours of wood chopping. And I think we just have to start collecting. So after 2.5 hours and 4 forests later, we have all 4 shulker boxes for the project coming here in the center of the industrial district. But I wanted to do something first before I begin construction, which is a new segment I'm going to add to each one of my hardcore episodes, and it's going to be called Advancement of the Day, or Advancement of the Episode, since these episodes don't come out daily. So if we head over to the Advancement tab, we have a lot of advancements that I didn't go out of my way to get. And I kind of want to get all the advancements on this hardcore world slowly but surely. So what better way to do it than to go out of our way to get one of these advancements every episode until we eventually hit all the advancements. So I think the one I want to go for this episode is Star Trader. You have to trade with a villager at the build height limit. So we have to go up to Y level 320, I'm pretty sure, and bring a villager up there with us. So we have a conveniently placed villager breeder here, so I think it'd be nice if we started construction on the temporary staircase. And then I think it'd be really funny if we just leave the villager up there for the rest of the hardcore world. Here we are back at the storage hut at the starter base, and we're going to need to activate this thing, although I would like some powered rails instead. And there goes the loud machine. I'm going to say that this is enough, probably, so now we need to decide what kind of villager we need. I guess we can just do a smithing table. Yeah, there we go. And then I need a block that's easy to break. Netherrack will do the trick. I guess we just staircase up to the height limit. I might have underestimated how high this thing is, because we're already all the way from the industrial district to almost the starter base, and we ran out of netherrack, and we're around 100 blocks away. So I think I'm gonna go get some more blocks. Oh, this looks really bad. I can't wait to remove this. And here we are at the height limit. I guess you know why they call this one Star Trader. You can see the stars below us. Yeah, I can't even see the ground at this point. So we're at Y level 320, and we're gonna try to bring a villager all the way down there using these rails. Oh, can't place a rail on this block. I wonder if this block counts as the high limit for the trader. I guess we can experiment. I have a redstone box here. There we go. And it conveniently has levers for me to place on the sides of these blocks. So we're just gonna do that just like so. Yeah. And the final rail is placed. This should in theory work, and the only way to know for sure is to hit this button. Got a villager, and let's follow him. There he is. Let's just go to the top and watch him from up here. There he comes. And there. Now, the real question is, does he have to be on this block? Or does it work to trade with him from this block? I guess we can place down our smithing table. And... oh, we definitely need to grab some emeralds. Luckily for me, I've been trading lots of iron back down at the villager hall, because I can't be bothered to go to the end for XP, so I just trade with villagers. And there we go. And it worked! Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I'm gonna frame this stone hoe. And I'm gonna mark down the date I got this achievement. And eventually we'll make an area for all these frames, but I think for now I'm just gonna frame it down at the, well, it's hard to see, but in that direction is the starter base. But first and foremost, we have to do the tedious task of removing around 600 blocks of netherrack, so yeah. And there we are. Back to normal. And there's a villager somewhere in the sky there. I actually wonder if I increase my render distance if I'll be able to see him. Oh my god. Look at him. I mean, we can't see him because of the entity distance, but we can see the platform from here if we have high enough render distance. And we have a very polluted ocean, but it's okay. These items will despawn eventually. 1 piece of leather, 8 sticks, and an item frame. And now if we go over to the very empty bed hut right here, we'll just plop this down temporarily. Put the hoe there. Star Trader, 10th of March 2024. I want to make an advancement hall eventually in the future, and we'll have an item corresponding to each advancement of the day we do. But for now, this will do, and I think it's time to get back into some other stuff. And there we have it. The giant tree. Well, part of a tree. This is definitely a multiple episode project. So, this is the base that we got right now. This took the entire 4 shulkers and spared almost no wood, if you look in here. And it looks pretty okay, I think. It doesn't look perfect, but I think after we start blending in the environment more, it will look a lot more in place. And once we actually build it taller and start doing the branches and the leaves, I definitely think this has some great potential. Now, after I fix this very broken sugarcane farm, there we go. There. I have a confession to make, and let's make this quick before this thing comes back. Last episode was meant to be a full recap of everything I did on the hardcore world. Oh no, it's coming back. And I missed something. I definitely missed something. You gotta understand. Okay, we got a duck. I haven't played on this world in 7 or 8 months now, and there were bound to be some details I was about to miss. And this detail is a little huge, so I guess we can start flying our way to it while I explain. When I was writing the plan, or the script sort of, for the last episode, I felt like I missed some things, but I wasn't exactly sure. And I actually logged onto the world and just flew around to make sure I covered everything. But this is something I unfortunately completely forgot about. Gotta fly this way, hop in the end, and go in the end gateway. Okay, over on in this direction, 2,000 blocks away, and there we are. So, if you're unfamiliar, this is a shulker shell farm. Ever since they added shulker duping back in, I think, 1.18? I could be wrong. I'll check this in post. But they added the ability for shulkers to hit each other with the projectile that causes a small chance for them to duplicate, just like that here. We'll actually take a closer look. It's been a little while. I don't remember exactly how it works. You just have bullets going back and forth, hitting these guys till they duplicate. They duplicate up here. They get transported here, back into here, and then the entity cram until I make lots of shulker shells. So this was, I think, a night's worth of AFKing, so it's a pretty good farm, and I don't think I'm ever going to need shulker shells ever again. So, very neat. So I'll actually take some of this with me back home. I don't remember who the design is by, but there, you can see big text. Ooh, it says who made it. Ooh, thank you, editor. I made it close to an entity. And also, I should note, this is not fun to make. This is my second ever shulker farm that I've built, with another one being built on a server that I used to run a while ago, and it is not enjoyable to do. Getting the shulker over in the right spot without it killing itself or making you levitate every 2 seconds, it's not fun. It's very... Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, look at this guy. Yeah, this guy, I had to... This was very painful. I'm pretty sure I might have actually killed the first 2 right here by accident, so I had to pick up another one somewhere else from the city. It was not fun. Yeah, definitely a slip up. I forgot to mention this in the last episode. So there's the farm. Yeah. And now let's go back to the industrial district. And now for the last project of this episode, I think I want to do some villager trading. Last episode being the recap, I said that I wanted to get these clerics leveled up for some nice XP. So I think this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to trade some iron up there for some emeralds. Going to trade the emeralds for some of the stuff right here. Get them up to max level so we can make our Instament box. Every time I try to trade with these villagers, I accidentally strip the log behind them. So this is probably gonna end up more stripped the more I go with this series. And I think, yeah, there we are. They're all master level now. Let me just double check. There we go. They're all master level. So now they finally sell me the Bottle of Enchanting, which we'll be renaming. For some context, I used to run a server back around a year and a half ago or so. I used to own a shop on it where I used to sell food. It was a nice little cozy cafe. And in that cafe, I sold all different kinds of food, golden carrots primarily. But I also decided to sell energy drinks, quote unquote, and energy drinks being bottles of enchanting. And I renamed them Instamend. Now, it is... Whoa, the anvil broke. Yeah, it is a little silly, but it is kind of cool. Sure, I'm the only person on this hardcore world, but it's a nice... Oh, hello, spider. What the heck? But yeah, it's a nice little reference to the SMP I used to run, and it is kind of nice, because it is what they do. They insta-mend items. I just wasted 12. I think I'm just gonna trade with these guys for the time being. I think I'm just gonna keep running upstairs to get some emeralds, then downstairs to trade with these guys, and hopefully they reset. I'm not thinking about it, and the convert rate is crazy. Each one of these bottles costs 3 emeralds, and each one of these emeralds costs 4 iron. So I'm paying a whole 12 iron per bottle. So each one of these stacks is worth a stack and a third of iron blocks. That is wild. I'm going through a whole stack and a half, almost, of iron blocks just by splashing one of these stacks. These are expensive, but it is the price to pay for quick mending. Here, let's craft the shulker up. Let's dye it white, and then let's name it Instamend Box. There we go. I guess we gotta rename these as well, so definitely not the smartest use of levels, but you know, there we go. We have a full row, almost, of Instamend bottles. I think that's enough for now. I definitely won't go through all of them anytime soon. And as we sit up here and watch the glorious sunrise, I'm going to be wrapping up this episode. Now, I'm looking at my timeline in the editor, and we're up to 20 minutes already, so I definitely want to cut it short right here. I had some more stuff planned, but I think we're going to skip out on those for the time being, and we'll definitely do them next episode. And they do have to do with some redesigns of some ugly structures. But yeah, watch the sunrise with me as I wrap up this episode. To do a quick recap, we gathered some wood over from some forest over there. We did the advancement of the day. We have a villager floating somewhere in the sky up there. We did this giant tree, sort of. It definitely will grow taller and will have some branches. And we did some texturing to show what's to come for the terrain and the roads in the future. We went over to the end because I forgot to recap the shulker farm last episode. And then we came back here to do some good old villager trading to get ourselves the Instamend box. So overall, it was a very nice episode, I think. Now, for some context, I started filming this episode, I think March 3rd or March 4th is when I took the first clip. And if I'm looking at the date right now, it's March 18th. It's been a long project, this episode. It might not look like it. It's because it's not a crazy amount, but I've been filming in clips, sort of, because I haven't been able to allocate a crazy amount of time for each episode. So every couple of days I'd get a few clips here and there, and then I'd edit as I go. So there's the behind the scenes for you. Comment down below your thoughts or any criticisms you have for how I'm doing these. And definitely comment down below if you subscribe, because I have an upcoming project for next episode. So definitely comment down below if you've subscribed, and you might see your name in the next episode. And that's about it. I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'll see you in the next episode of my hardcore world.